to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, and tonight, if you clicked on this, you know what we're watching. What we're talking about here tonight. We're going to be talking about Knives Out. I was supposed to be doing comic reviews. I came home at about 5:15 from work, and the power was out in the entire town. And so I was like, well, I could read comic books by tablet, like literally like, and sit here and wait for the power to go back on, or I could just run the risk of not even being able to see anything really and go to the movies and see Knives Out today. I was going to see it on Thanksgiving. Now I don't have to because I got to see it tonight. And I know a bunch of people have gotten to advanced screenings and all that stuff, and I haven't really listened to their reviews. I started Gino's, didn't get past, I got only up as to as one of the best movies of the year. And that Ryan Johnson should only do his own work, which I already knew. So, it's basically like that's as far as I got, because I say that I don't have enough time to go to the movies. And that's true in a way, but mostly it's because everything I see, every trailer I see is just garbage. And I can tell you with that for myself, within a 95% certainty that everything I see, if I go, yes, no, yes, I'm right for myself. But, so when I saw the trailer for Knives Out, and I even saw the name Ryan Johnson, I was like, I'm in. I'm in. Of course I'm in. Because Ryan Johnson is actually a really good director when he's doing his work. Looper, was pretty good. Time travel stuff is always... It's time travel stuff. You're either in... It's like they say in Endgame, either it's all a joke or none of it is. So as long as you can take it seriously and go, boo, you're fine, I guess, for the most part, unless it's just completely ludicrous, but Looper was good, and Brick, if you've never seen Brick, Brick is fantastic. It is. It's closer to this. Brick makes me think of this more than Looper, but of course Looper's a sci-fi movie. So we get to Knives Out, and yeah, the distaste that that some people are going to have a built-in, no, Ryan Johnson can't do nothing. And I hope that these people have the balls to at least admit that this movie is good, instead of just doing what they do with everybody else and just being like, nope, they made me mad once, they can't do anything right ever again, and I'm going to tell you through my fake plastic helmet, or I'm going to tell you in a super chat live stream that goes on for 3 hours. Knives Out, though. Knives Out is one of the best movies of the year. It's one of the best movies of the year. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. This is one of the best movies of the year. And it was directed by a guy who pretty much made me never want to watch another Star Wars movie made by Disney. A current Star Wars movie. So like Rise of the Skywalker, nope, not happening. Not for this dude. But Ryan Johnson did it. He knocked it out of the park with this. And it's not just his, on his shoulders. He got this cast together that's just amazing. And one of the things I was worried about, and we're not going to get into spoilers. I'm just going to give you my overall impressions of this movie because it's a mystery movie, man. You got to see it for yourself. You got to see this movie for yourself because I was so impressed by how everything was handled. Even moments that are usually I would see on some sort of PBS Hercule Poirot cheesy thing where they reveal this and that, and it was all just great because you've got Daniel Craig, you've got Chris Evans, you've got Christopher Plummer. Man, Christopher Plummer's still around, you guys. Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Johnson, who is getting a major resurgence in his career. Always fucking great. Michael Shannon. I will see Michael Shannon open a mall. I will see Michael Shannon. God, I remember when he would do weird things on Adult Swim. I would see him in anything. You've also got Ana de Armas, who She was in that Knock Knock movie with Keanu Reeves, but she was also in Blade Runner 2049, and she was great in that. Um, Toni Collette. Has Toni Collette... I don't know, like, Toni Collette has probably been in maybe a couple of bad movies. Maybe. When I really think, I'm like, I can't think of one offhand. If somebody wants to... I'm not going to Google it. I could click on her thing. But I'm not. Like, Keith Stanfield, who is a real great up-and-coming guy, man. If you, like... Get Out was his, like, big day, but then, like, the Thank You for Listening, I think that was called, was unbelievable. Everything he's been in is great. Catherine Langford, who was from 13 Reasons Why. She doesn't get much to do here, but I'm just glad she was in this. Something 13 Reasons flashbacks. Ricky Lindholm, who is great, also in Under the Silver Lake recently, and of course with all her other work, like, Garfunkel and Oates, things like that. Frank Oz is in this, man. I mean, come on, Frank Oz, man. He directed Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. He's the voice of freaking Yoda. Um, M. Emmett Walsh is in this movie. If you don't, I was so happy to see that M. Emmett Walsh was still alive, just like Christopher Plummer. He just shows up in movies still, and you're just like, oh my god, thank God he's still alive. Every time I see him, I think of him in Raising Arizona. If you know what I'm talking about, he just has this cameo. He's just a part, but he's just so great. He's an amazing actor who's been around forever, and it's so nice to see people still alive and kicking, making movies, especially Christopher Plummer too. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has an uncredited detective credit in this. There's the other cop in this is really funny, and I can't remember his name. It's bugging me. Oh, I think he's Noah Segan. Yeah, he was really funny as a super fan of, like, detective novels. So the whole premise is, Christopher Plummer's character, he dies, and it's presumed a suicide. And this rich family who's had, all this money kind of tied up with their dad's book industry, and all these questions surrounding about who's going to get the money, did he die of suicide, and what does that have to do with the nurse that took care of him, and the mysterious ransom played by Chris Evans, Walt played by Michael Shannon, who runs the book part of it, like what mysteries were going on there. Don Johnson's Walt has got shady things going on. Everybody's kind of got things going on behind the scenes here, like almost like Murder on the Orient Express, right? It's like where everybody kind of has like a slight thing against the matriarch of the family, or reasons, some sort of whatever bullcrap reasons to major reasons that they would want to have him, have him dead. Now, one of the problems that people had with Star Wars: The Last Jedi was the subversion of expectations. And I heard that this movie was kind of an answer to all the criticism The Last Jedi got. Now, while I think a lot of the criticism that he got for that movie was warranted, because he basically said, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And that's great when it's your stuff. When you're fucking with people's whole, like, we've all taken this to varying degrees of ridiculousness. My ridiculousness is I'm not seeing Rise of Skywalker because they've ruined it for me. That's where where my problem is. I can't get past The Last Jedi, so I'm done. I love The Mandalorian, but I'm done with the Star Wars, the Skywalker movies, that they call it the Skywalker movies. Give me a break. But this movie has humor, has twists, has subversion, and he does subversion right here. I had a lot of things figured out in this movie, and it felt like the subversion was at first that we're going to actually be really straightforward with you. But then and then things kind of go sideways in the best possible way. It shows how subversion of expectations can actually be a freaking good thing if done right. And I don't know how many little things in here had to do with like that maybe mirror stuff from The Last Jedi, where you could say that the nurse here was Rey. You know, if some people want to scrutinize this as the thing, as the person that gets everybody fixated on, and oh, you get all these other stars that are kind of overshadowed by her part in this because she has a huge, huge, huge role in this. She's really the star of this movie. Everybody else is kind of playing around her. It's kind of around her. Kind of like how Rey is like the center of the Star Wars universe. And I'm not saying that that's for sure what this was, but if people wanted to see it that way, I could definitely see it that way. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this was an excellent mystery movie. It was well written. It was funny. The performances are all good. Even though not everybody gets a lot to do, everybody does the best they can with what they have. The tropes in here and the cliches, they play with them. They laugh at them. They make fun of them. They acknowledge some of the silliness that's going on. And all these people that could have huge egos here, right? You've got James Bond and Captain America in this movie. You know, you've got up-and-comers and people that have been around a while and people that are renaissance, you know, getting into a renaissance of their career, and people that are near the end of their careers. You could see all sorts of, like, butting heads or problems with a movie like this. Guess what I haven't heard about throughout waiting for this movie to come out? Because I've been waiting for this movie to come out. Nothing. Nothing. No controversy surrounding this movie. Except for the people that might go, I don't know. Maybe this isn't going to be good because Ruin Johnson did it. Ruin Johnson might have ruined your Star Wars experience, but don't let it ruin your thoughts and your feelings going into this movie. Go into this movie forgetting that if you can. Some of you just willfully won't. And that's your choice. That's your choice. I went into this just thinking I'm going to see a good mystery movie. And if I'm wrong, I was going to tell you guys that I was wrong. But I'm not. When I go see a movie, I am 95 point whatever that I'm going to like it. There's only been one movie that I was like, about in the last year, and that was Brightburn, because I didn't like that kid. I didn't like the story, and that's my fault. That's my thing. I didn't like it, because I wanted that kid to get the smackdown. So, anyway, without saying any more, this movie gets my highest recommendation. This is one of the best things I've seen all year. And I hope that Rian Johnson does way more stuff. I want to see a lot more from Rian Johnson. I want to see a movie like Quentin Tarantino does, like every 20 years practically. I know that's an exaggeration, but if he can just keep working on his own stuff and coming up with great ideas and new ways to flip things on their head, then I'm all in with this guy. And I always will be, just as long as he stays away from properties and decides that I'm just going to do my Rian Johnson thing. Give it the Rian Johnson treatment. So, anyway, that's it. I don't think I gave anything really away, although it's just a lot of fun. It's really funny. You're going to think you know what's happening, and then it's a game. There's a game going on here, and it's great. And so that's it. If you liked this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. Otherwise, this is Rob from Smirky Gun Reviews saying have a great night. We will be back with comic reviews tomorrow now that the electricity is back on. And the review for The Irishman will be up, plus Crime Story. That'll also be up. So, have a great day. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. Go see this for Thanksgiving, man. That's funny that this actually, when the backlight went down, the picture actually showed up better. So anyway, see you guys in the next video.